Hello, this is Patricia, and welcome to a tutorial in PowerPoint that's going to teach you how to make and design pretty charts in PowerPoint. So make sure you have your PowerPoint open, that you've chosen a slide or a design, or even just a plain blank slide is fun. You can just use that. It's entirely up to you. But your screen should kind of look like this right now, but of course with your own design and not the one that I chose. And so first thing we want to do is we want to insert a new slide. So we're going to go to the insert menu and new slide. And we're going to come all the way over here on the top row to the right, and we're going to insert a comparison. Next, we want to stay in the insert menu here, and we want to come over to chart, and we're going to insert a column and then a clustered column. And there is our unformatted chart. So the first thing we want to do is look at this chart. We have all these different elements. First of all, we have the background. We click just to the right of the title, and that'll put us in the background. And what comes up is the chart design menu at the top. And this is a preset menu. And we're going to go into a little bit about presets in just a few minutes, but this is important to understand. When you click out of the chart, that menu disappears. The only way to get into that presets menu is to click one time to the right of the chart. Keep that in mind, because one day you might go, oh, wait, where's my chart menu? I don't know. I can't find it. Oh, no, no, no. And it's because you forgot to click in the chart. And so the next thing we want to look at is our plot area. Click right here between these two lines twice. Another menu comes up on this side. And this is the menu we're going to look at today. And so we're going to click back out again. And we're going to go back to the right of the chart title, and we're going to click again, and we get Format Chart Area. And this is the background of the chart. And right now, this chart is transparent. In other words, it's showing us the color of the slide behind it. So what we want to do is we want to come to Solid Fill, and that changes it to black. But I'm not real fond of black, so I'm going to go with this pretty dark red here. But I'm going to use the transparency. Remember I said a little bit about transparency. It showed me the slide in the background. And we changed it to red, which I no longer can see the slide color. But because my slide background is black and I have this red that I put into the chart, if I move the transparency button to the right, that red's going to get darker because it starts to incorporate the slide color into it. Make sense? Okay, and I'm at 47% if you wanted to use the same color. The next one we want to look at is the gradient fill. The gradient fill allows you to change the color, and mostly these are presets. So this is our first example of a preset where the color gradually changes from a lighter to a darker, or darker to a lighter on the sides of the chart or the bottom. It can come from different directions. And so one of the presets is the direction that which the light comes. So you can change it, and now I've made it so that this darker at the bottom and the light is coming from the top left. And so that's one of the things that you can do as far as using the gradient fill. There are other things, and we'll go into those later. But for now, let's go to the picture or texture fill. Now, this allows you to put in your own graphic that you can use as a background, whatever you want to use. We can look at the clipboard, and this is what's on the clipboard. And you see it's got all kinds of crazy things here. I've got a picture of my screen in the background. And so we don't want to use any of that. We want to stick to our solid fill for now. And because I made those little changes in the chart, you'll notice it went back to the bright red, which means once you make a change, you may want to make sure that's the change you want to make, or you may have to redo it because it will sometimes revert to the original. Okay. So now the next thing I want to look at is this outside line as a border. I'm not fond of borders. And so the borders here, it's automatic. I'm going to make it no line simply because I don't like lines. And so I'm going to click out of my chart again. And as you can see, I have no line around the chart. The next thing is the grid lines. If you see them here, the vertical axis major grid lines. Yeah, I know that sounds really complicated, but it's not as complicated as you think. because all these really do is let us know where we are on the number line. It tells us where we are. You can see where the top of the chart comes somewhere between 4 and 5. You see what I mean? Right in there. And that's what those are for. But we really don't need them. They're just kind of there. So I'm clicking on the grid line. There we go. And we have format major grid lines. And so I'm going to take out, I can put solid lines in and make them a different color. I can use gradient lines, but I'm going to go with no line. And because I like that. Now, what are we left with? We're left with our columns. Now, if you click on one column, you'll notice that all 4 of the columns with the same color get the little dots. They become active. And so I'm going to go over to solid fill again. And I'm going to make those a nice sort of light purple because I like light purple. And then I'm going to click on the green one, and I'm going to make that one a sort of gray color. It's nice. But we're going to make this one really bold. So let's go to our color, and let's make this one like a really bright purple. So now we have our chart columns. Now, if you don't like a color, you can always just go right back in and change it again. And so we've covered these initial elements of the chart. And in the second video, we're going to cover a lot more of the presets, and we're going to make some other changes in the chart using the formatting menu. And so using the presets, of course. And so that's going to be our second lesson. And that's a big lesson because presets, there's a lot of them. And so I've enjoyed giving you this tutorial today, and I hope that you learned something. There is a small quiz, got like 3 questions on the website that you can go and take. And I hope you learned something. And I look forward to talking to you again.